Daddy, pack. And he said with a lot of boldness, Daddy, pack. And I was wondering, for what? He goes, let's buy the house. And he told me, I'll never forget it. He said, Daddy, you're rich enough to buy it, right? Pack, let's go and pay. That's what he said. Which means every believer today in the world is either serving God or serving Mammon. That's what Jesus says. And it's a very absolute statement. Which means if I take two believers right here now, Jesus says one of them is serving Mammon, irrespective of their coming to church and the faith that they profess. And then he says the other is serving me. Now the question we must ask ourselves is, what is the indicator? What is the yardstick for who I'm serving? You must answer that question, so you don't live in deception. What is the yardstick, the indicator for who I'm serving? As I studied the scripture, I found two of them. Please listen to them. Number one is the ownership test. The ownership test. Listen to me and never forget it. The day you claim ownership of what belongs to God is the day that thing has become an idol to you. The ownership test. Who has the final deciding power? Have you heard people say things like, the Lord told me to help somebody, I struggled with it for 3 months. Which means money says, hold me. God says, give it. Who did you obey? The ownership test. That's the first question you must answer. Who really owns these things in my life? Because if he owns it, then there's no question on if he needs it and whatever he wants to use it for. Is somebody getting what I'm saying here? The ownership test, that's the first thing. Second, and I think this is clearer and very powerful, the trust test. Who or what do you trust? Whatever determines your peace is your Lord. Please write it down and never forget it. Whatever determines your peace is your Lord. If money determines your peace, then that's your Lord. If because the account is heavier, you can sleep better. How many of you know how you sleep when the account is, and once the account begins to go low, you start getting a bit more cranky. You need a lot more fruit of the Spirit at that point. Years ago, I'd never forget it. This was some years back. I've shared this as an illustration, but it was me. True confession. We're driving down the road, and here comes these my wonderful kids. And kids just have faith. I've told you over and over again that you have to train a kid to be in doubt. No child is born with doubt. Children are born with faith. They believe everything until you train them otherwise. So, this was years ago. It was a few weeks to their resumption in school, and my head was calculating everything that I needed to pay. And I don't know how many times you have calculated and it just never calculates. Has that ever happened to you? You keep calculating, you're wondering if I made a mistake, then you calculate, you check it, you divide it by 2, it costs 2, then you look, then you open. Now, how many of you have opened all your bank apps when you know there's nothing there? And you keep opening every time, you're checking every time. So my head was full of all these thoughts, and we're driving down, I don't remember where we're exactly, and I'll never forget it. I think it was my second son, or the first one of them, either of them, looked at a house that had a for sale on it. It was a big house. And then they go, so there's what they call it mansion house. That's what they call it, mansion house. I don't know where they got that stuff from. Mansion house. So they go, Daddy, pack. And he said with a lot of boldness, Daddy, pack. And I was wondering, for what? He goes, let's buy the house. And he told me, I'll never forget it. He said, Daddy, you're rich enough to buy it, right? Pack, let's go and pay. That's what he said. For a moment, I forgot my faith and abundance mentality. I was so upset. I said, will you shut up? Will you shut up? Don't you understand? Then the mother tapped me like, it's not their fault. And I felt like the other part of the sentence, it's not their fault you don't have enough money. She didn't say that, but I heard it. And we men never just like to accept that we are wrong on the... Odims, you know what I'm talking about. We don't agree at that point. Just forgive us. It's later we agree. All right. So I said, no. I got back home and then the Lord began to deal with me. He said, son, and when he speaks like that, I know what he's talking about. I said, okay, Lord. He said, why were you upset? And I remember I was speaking to him. I said, I'm looking for money for business. I'm thinking of it and it sounds so ridiculous right now. I was talking to him and I was really upset. I was still upset. I think I even got more upset because their mother cited them as it where she was putting me. I'm like, well, everybody should leave me alone. Because somewhere in my mind, I'm like, at the end of the day, the bulk stops at... And I will never forget it. I would never forget what the Lord... I was in my office. I'd never forget it. The Lord said to me, he said, what does it take to pay the fees? What does it take me to buy the house?